Make sure you follow me on Twitch for live interactive gameplay. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Bigfry. Do you guys remember at E3 when I was playing Breakpoint, I was recording gameplay, playing with the developers, and I asked a question about when the Battle Royale is coming for Breakpoint, and the developers just looked over at me like, well, this kid's a prophet. How the fuck does he know? And I jokingly, I made a joke, and I looked over at the two devs that were sitting there, and I was like, so when's the Battle Royale coming? And both of their heads snapped towards me faster than that. And they were both just like, and then the one guy piped up and said, yeah, PR says we don't know nothing about that. So I have a feeling that that joke kind of hit something. I don't know if there's a Battle Royale, but I feel like because I said it and their reaction to that, this game is going to be a Battle Royale, or at least have a Battle Royale expansion in the works. So, Ghost Recon Wildlands has dropped an update called Mercenaries. This one actually came out on the 18th. I streamed it the day it came out, and I had some hardware issues. I was having a lot of frustrations with some of the tech, and then the game just kept crashing. I was really frustrated, and I took it out on the game. On stream, I just roasted the fuck out of it. But I sat back and I'm like, okay, let's sit on it in a couple days, think about all of the features that they've added in this game mode, and then go back to it and think about it. So I went back to play it today, and wouldn't you know it, the PC community is just showing this game absolutely no love. If you guys don't know what Mercenaries is, it is... according to Ubisoft, it's an 8-player free-for-all PvPvE gameplay experience. Your objective is to call for rescue, locate and reach the extraction point, and then be the first to board the chopper. So it's a battle royale with 8 players, with AIs around the map and like some of the bases that you go to loot gear. And basically what your objective is you have to go around the map looking for intel that tells you where these transmitters are. The transmitters allow the helicopter to come in and pinpoint a location. So you go, you search for intel, you find 3 transmitters, and then the helicopter comes and if you're the first one to find the 3 transmitters, it tells you exactly where the helicopter is going to be, so you can be the first one at that location to extract. If you're one of the ones who are later in the game and you end up finding a 3rd transmitter a little bit later, it tells you where the helicopter actually is. Once you find out where that helicopter is, you can then go and basically, it works kind of like how Ring of Elysium works, if you guys know that battle royale, where you have to like climb the ladder to the helicopter. But in this case, it's kind of like you have to defend a point for a certain amount of time, and if you can clear the point and keep people outside of this circular area, then you are extracted, essentially. What happens is if you die during the battle royale, you don't just go back to the main menu. You can respawn with no gear. You basically start with absolutely nothing, and then you can go and find your body, or you can go and find crates around the map with gear, or pick up gear in certain bases or whatever. While you're searching for intel to find these transmitters, you can also find the position of other players. You can choose to find a position of a vehicle, or these crates around the map that drop like gear and different weapons. Once the helicopter comes, then I say you fight for the point, and then you essentially extract. This sounds pretty cool on paper. It sounds very Ghost Recon-like. I can't imagine Ubisoft creating a game mode in Ghost Recon PvP without a fucking radio transmitter in it. I have to say that's been like the staple of all of their game modes is radio transmitters. You walk up, you hold E, objective completed. But in this one, they've changed the armor and health system. And just reading off the press release here, Mercenaries will have a new health and armor system. Based on the gear you pick up, an armor bar will appear. The bar will absorb a percentage of damage. Medkits restore all health and will stop bleeding. Bandages stop bleeding but will not restore health. And then syringes restore health but will not stop bleeding. Now what I will say is there's a lot of cool things. This is definitely different from your basic BR. I wish there was more players, but there are some cool things about this. I personally think that this game should have been a co-op mode where you start with 4 teammates or 3 teammates and yourself for 4 players, and you go and you have to it's essentially like survival. You go, you loot bases, and then you call for an extract. I think it would have been a really cool game mode. It personally gets pretty frustrating when you spawn with nothing, and then like if you die, you spawn with nothing at square one, And then you got to realize that they've increased the armor and health, so it's not like you can walk up and just melee a player with 2 hits. So basically, if you think that you're going to take out another player with a melee weapon, it ain't going to happen. Now, when I was at E3 and I was playing Breakpoint and I saw the tiered loot, the jumping from the helicopter, the island map, I felt like there was going to be a battle royale. I mentioned it. The developers were really like shell-shocked that somebody thought about this. Like, oh no, what? How could it be that he predicted this? I think that this game mode was rushed out at the end of the life cycle. Because let's be brutally honest. Who's still playing Ghost War? Nobody is playing Mercenaries. Now this is on the PC platform. Nobody's playing these game modes. People are playing Ghost Recon at this point to play the PvE. They're playing the co-op with their friends, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like they rushed this game mode out to test whether or not people would really fuck with a Ghost Recon Battle Royale. The problem is it's, 2 years too late. I know there was a lot of people asking for a Battle Royale when the game first came out. That was also 2 years ago when people were a little bit more lenient towards new Battle Royale games. I think now people just do not give a fuck. It's either Fortnite, PUBG, or bust. Nobody really cares. Apex Legends as well in there. I think Ghost Recon Breakpoint coming out with a Battle Royale is going to be better than this one. If they do it, it's going to be better. They have the tier loot. They need to get rid of the respawns. I think the respawning with no gear is just stupid. Get rid of it. I know you only did 8 players. The reason why you did 8 players is so that you didn't have to do dedicated servers. I was playing on stream and there was fucking host migrations on an 8-player battle royale. I couldn't believe it, and that's when I knew, I'm like, this game mode was rushed out because they want to see the crowd reaction to a battle royale game mode. I can fucking near guarantee now, I felt it before, I felt it in my gut that a battle royale was coming. I know for fucking certain that there's one coming in Breakpoint, and this is the test for that. I think this game mode was pretty disappointing. Respawning with no gear, the health pools are ridiculous. I'm shooting people 3 magazines, fucking not going down. The end game where you have to hold the point, basically what happens is if I'm on the point and I hold it for 80% of the time, someone can just step on and then I can't extract. So now I gotta kill them. So it becomes almost like a rush to the camp. Essentially is the feeling I get. You rush through, find out where the unit is, and then you sit in a bush and you wait for everybody else to fight it out over the circle, and then you come in at the last minute, sit in a bush and try to hide, and then hopefully they don't see you, and then you just kill the one person, and then it's good to go. It's a very awkward game mode. I'm gonna say the extraction, if you take something like the cycle, which I have been playing a little bit recently, where you can just run to the helicopter at the end or run to the airship in the case of the cycle, and you extract, and that's it. You get what you get and you extract. You can choose to leave early, you can choose to leave late, you can choose to kill more players to get more credits. There's an incentive to do both. You can do both very easily. If you want to kill players, that might be a little bit harder, but you get rewarded for it. In this case, it's essentially, I'm gonna sit in a bush and wait for everybody to die and then try to extract. It's just a little cheesy. The driving in Ghost Recon Wildlands is still trash. It's bad in Breakpoint as well, so I can't wait to see what they're gonna do there. But basically, guys, what I'm saying is this game mode feels like they sat down in a boardroom and they're like, guys, we need to do Battle Royale. Everybody loves Battle Royale. How do we do it differently? And I don't know what they have planned for Breakpoint, but in this case, it's essentially walk up to a fucking radio transmitter like every other game mode they have, hold the E key, and then go to the next one, and then fight over a little circle under a helicopter. They put like the least amount of effort humanly possible. The reason they kept it 8 players, free for all, host migration, they don't gotta pay for the servers. It just felt like, hey guys, Wildlands is done. Here's an update. Like, really? Did anybody really ask for this at the end of the life cycle? That's why I think this is just a test for Breakpoint. I know Breakpoint's gonna have a battle royale. This one is pretty disappointing. I hope they do things a little better. I'm not a fan of the PvE elements. I don't think if I'm looting, trying to find intel, trying to find transmitters and find gear and find a vehicle to traverse, I don't want to have to be dealing with AIs. Like, to me, that's just like one extra thing you don't need to add. If you're gonna keep it battle royale, nobody's gonna give you shit for keeping this a little bit more traditional with the battle royales. It's not like you have to sit there and be like, maybe we have AIs in the base, so it makes it a little bit different, a little bit more challenging. You don't need to do that. Nobody is asking for that. If we're getting a battle royale, make it a fucking battle royale without all of these other elements in here that just don't do anything but make people frustrated. That's my take on it, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, I wish I could get some high quality gameplay for you, but nobody's playing. I literally can't even queue up for the game. I've tried multiple times today, and it just keeps saying there's not enough players. It's an 8-person battle royale, and there's not enough players. Ubisoft, take notes, okay? My name is Bigfry. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy the content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like and share the videos, and I'll see you on the next one.